This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Police remove guns and ammunition from vault after businessman shot dead. Investigators proving Monday's murder of businessman Robert Fletcher at his Old Hope Road St. Andrew bar returned to the crime scene Tuesday and removed several items. The news understands that among the items removed from a vault were 2 firearms and ammunition. The operation, which lasted several hours, saw the police and the fire crew muscling machinery to access the vault. When finally opened, a female detective jumped from her seat and said an emphatic, "It opened, yes." Heavily armed police personnel stood guard as investigators gained access to the vault through the walls of a restaurant adjoining the bar operated by Fletcher. The female detective then left the building with a black box marked Glock. Another detective had what appeared to be a rifle or a shotgun in a bag. Shortly after midday on Monday, Fletcher was gunned down by men posing as customers at his establishment. Minutes later, the men were intercepted by the police on Trafalgar Road. 2 were killed in a shootout and a 3rd escaped, the police report. The Independent Commission of Investigations is probing Monday's fatal shooting involving the police. Man injured after shooting at wake. A 39-year-old farmer was wounded in a shooting which occurred at a wake in Port Morant last night. Reports are that about 8:45 p.m., the farmer and others were attending a wake of a woman in Industrial Hill, Port Morant, when they heard loud explosions. The farmer attempted to run from the area but fell to the ground and later discovered that he was shot and injured. He was taken to the hospital by family members. The police later observed that he was shot in the legs and arm. No suspect has been identified. 7 murders in 48 hours. 7 murders were logged by the police in the last 48 hours, with the youngest victim being a 15-year-old boy, according to reports as of 6 this morning. They were registered in Westmoreland, West Kingston, St. Andrew, St. Catherine, and St. James. In the first of 6 murders last night, about 7:40 p.m., 15-year-old Ryan Guthrie, otherwise called Sawdust, was killed on Mint Road, Grange Hill, Westmoreland. Reports are that the student was outside his home, filling a bucket with water for his father, when a gunman entered his yard and fired at him before escaping in the area. In the second and third incidents, which both occurred in West Kingston, a 36-year-old self-employed man and a 23-year-old tattoo artist were killed. About 7:45 p.m. on Milk Lane, Denham Town, the police found 36-year-old Andre Cunningham, otherwise called Fatty J, suffering from gunshot wounds. Reports are that police personnel on duty at a nearby checkpoint heard explosions in the area and went to investigate. They were directed to a house where they saw Cunningham's body with what appeared to be gunshot wounds to the back of his head. About 9:45 p.m., 23-year-old Jamie Cuff, a tattoo artist, was cooking at home on Lincoln Avenue, Kingston 5, when he was attacked by gunmen who shot him multiple times. He died on the spot. In St. Catherine South, 38-year-old Shervin Ferguson of Central Village, St. Catherine, met his demise in his community about 8:10 p.m. Reports are that residents heard gunshots and called the police. On their arrival, Ferguson was seen suffering from gunshot wounds. He was taken to hospital by the police, where he was pronounced dead. In St. Andrew Central, in the community of Marvelly, a man known as Buju was killed about 10:30 p.m. Reports are that he was walking in the community when he was attacked by 2 gunmen who shot him. He was taken to hospital by the police, where he was pronounced dead. 2 murders were filed in St. James Monday night of a 26-year-old man and a 43-year-old man. In the first incident, which occurred in Valencia, Mount Salem, about 8 p.m., Sanu Lawson, otherwise called Milou, was shot dead. Residents reportedly heard loud explosions and informed the police, who made checks but did not locate a crime scene. Yesterday morning, residents stumbled upon the body with what appeared to be gunshot wounds to the head and upper body. About 10:30 p.m. Monday night, Brian Johnson, otherwise called Zaro of Maldon District, Maroon Town, was killed. Residents reportedly heard loud explosions sounding like gunshots and called the police. They found Johnson with what appeared to be multiple gunshot wounds to his upper body, clutching a knife in his left hand. The police are investigating. Couple murdered in Portland. A double murder has rocked the quiet community of Barracks in Mansion Hill, Portland, following the discovery of two bodies early Wednesday morning. The deceased have been identified as 55-year-old Lindsay and his wife Annette Gibson-Lindsay. Lindsay's body was found lying on a roadway near the couple's premises, while the woman was discovered inside their one-bedroom board house with multiple chop wounds to the face. The police are theorizing that the husband may have attempted to flee his attackers but was chased and shot multiple times. The gruesome killing reportedly occurred about 2:30 a.m. With this incident, Portland has now recorded 4 murders since the start of 2021. Deported ex-cop on attempted murder rap remanded. A former member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force who had fled to the United States and was deported was remanded Monday on a charge of attempted murder after his trial failed to get underway in the Home Circuit Court. The accused, Mando Price, has been on the run for a decade after he and other lawmen reportedly attempted to kill a civilian in a dispute over the spoils from a robbery. Price was deported in March 2019 but was rearrested in April after he was mysteriously released. He was subsequently charged with attempted murder. The accused, who has been in custody since his arrest, appeared in court on Monday before Justice Georgiana Fraser, but instead of having his trial commence, was given a new date for a plea and case management hearing on July 28. Attorney-at-law Kemar Robinson, who is representing the accused, told the News that the matter was stalled because of case management issues that need to be settled, but that a new trial date will be set on the date of the case management hearing in July. According to allegations in 2009, Price, who was then a constable, carried out a robbery at a house in Stony Hill, St. Andrew, along with other policemen and civilians. Following the robbery, it is alleged that a dispute developed over how the funds should be shared, and a civilian was shot 9 times and dumped in a gully off Walton Park Road in St. Andrew. The injured man, however, managed to survive, and Price and 2 of his colleagues were reportedly pointed out in an identification parade. But the 2 policemen who were charged with attempted murder and wounding with intent were freed in December 2017 after the Director of Public Prosecutions entered a nolle prosequi. Police seize firearm and mask in Rockfort. The police today seized a firearm and several rounds of ammunition at the Aguilar Road in Rockfort, Eastern Kingston. The police said that a 9mm pistol along with 10 rounds of ammunition, 2 magazines, 2 firearm holsters, and 2 masks were recovered. No one has been arrested for the seizure. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.